What's the first? Wow, big cloud. Come over here. Come over here.
I grew up in California. We have earthquakes.
You grew up in California? I've never experienced one like this.
That's scary.
That is scary.
You can still feel it. Yeah, yeah.
होइन यो त भुइँचालो त फेरि आयो त अनि सबैले सोच्दैछ म भक्तपुरमा
Hello and good day everyone. I'm Shu and will be your host for today. We are going to have a talk show that will be discussed about the recent earthquake happened in Nepal 2015. So now we have Miss Bella. Miss Bella as an international AIDS representative, and next we have Miss Diana as a government official from Nepal, and we have Eileen as a local from remote village, and lastly we have Hafi as an NGO worker. So let's begin our show with international aid representative Miss Bella. Bella, what role did international aids and recruits teams play in supplementing Nepal's response capacity?
Thank you for the host for the question. So my answer is as the international aid representative. So international aid play a crucial role in supporting Nepal's response. So teams from India, China, the US, and many other countries from the medical personnel, search and rescue teams. And relief supply, we use helicopters and satellite images to assess remote area. So, however, coordination was sometimes difficult due to language barriers and lack of centralized communication. We are respected Nepal's leadership, but had to work fast to save life. So at times we act independently.
Okay, thank you Bella. So next, Miss Diana, how effective were Nepal's national agency like police or army in coordinating recruits effort after the earthquake?
Thank you for our host. Okay, for the question, I will answer. Our national agency, especially the Nepal Army and Nepal Police, responded immediately. They were first on the ground, rescuing people and managing crowds. However, the scale of the disaster was beyond our initial capacity. We lacked heavy equipment and had limited experience dealing with such massive destruction. Still, our coordination with international terms improved with time, and we are proud of our frontline responders who work day and night.
Okay, thank you Miss Diana. Okay, next, Miss Eileen, can you describe what life has been like for you and your community since the earthquake struck?
Namaste, my name is Eileen. I'm just an ordinary village and today I will speak for many. I come from a small village in the hills, and since the earthquake struck, our lives were totally have changed. The ground shook violently, our homes collapsed like a paper. We lost everything in few minutes. My uncle and my friends didn't make it up. My mother is injured and there's no clinic nearby. And we tried to carry her down to the slope, but the road is blocked by some landslide and we couldn't go by through it. It couldn't pass it since it was destroyed. Since the earthquake, we've been sleeping outside. It's very cold. We light small fires since we don't have the capacity to do we don't have the capacity for the electric since it was destroyed. Children are coughing because of the dust. There are no toilets, there are no clean water and no food except for few days and few things we managed to save from the earthquake. We heard help is coming but they never stop. We don't want any pity, we want action. We need medical help, food, water and blankets. We need our voices to be heard. Please coordinate better and send help directly and don't forget the people in the mountains. We are Nepali too. We survived the earthquake but we won't survive being neglected. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Eileen. So next, Mr. Hafi. How are resource shortage like helicopter and productive gear affecting the safety and reach of recruits teams?
Thank you for the opportunity to give me speak. On the ground, we are witnessing incredible bravery, but headed by several limitations. Nepal rescue team, including military, police, fire brigade, and volunteer are doing the best, but our infrastructure simply is not built for disaster of this kind. Key challenges include: first, train and infrastructure. Remote created areas are nearly inaccessible, roads are destroyed, breakdown and communication cut, forcing rescue to hide for hours, often with minimal gear. Second, resources shortage. We lack vehicle to light, thermal camera listening device and heavy machine. Helicopters are too few and sometimes don't even have basic protective gear, risking their life and slowing effort. Third, insufficient training. While volunteers are crucial, complex rescue recruit skilled personnel. Right now, we are doing too much with too little. 4. Poor condition. Multiple agencies are involved by unclear leadership lead to confusion. Some villages get duplicate head while others are left waiting. Lastly, survival needs. Vital agencies need food, clean water, shelter and medical care. Sanitation is worsening and besides risk and design, especially for children and the elderly. The trauma is deep and ongoing. In short, we need better disaster prepare equipment, coordination and trained professionals. The crisis has exposed our vulnerabilities. We must act for the vital and for our future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hafi. So next, Miss Bella. Next question is: to what extent did a pipe, congestion, and logistical bottleneck impact the speed and reach of recruits operation?
Thank you for us. So the logistical bottlenecks beyond the airports, damaged road networks. Even when it arrived, transportation into mountainous region was delayed because of landslide and broken roads. So limited fuel and trucking capacity, fuel shortage slow the delivery of supply to remote areas. Next, the prioritization conflicts, lack of coordinate air traffic control. Some reports mention delay caused by poor communication between Nepali authorities and incoming foreign and aid flights. So non-essential flights, some private or politically motivated flights were priorities over crucial humanitarian deliveries. backlogging available resource.
Thank you, Miss Bella. So next, I will ask a question at Miss Diana. So what are the next steps in your emergency response and recover strategy?
Thank you, Shu, for the question. Okay, for the next step is, as a representative of the government, we will provide fuel to the expert, transport and facilitate storage and approve the supply plans. To support the emergency response effort, we have provided fuel to ensure smooth transportations for expert, rescue teams and essentials personnel. We have partners with Petronas and Shell Malaysia to ensure a steady and uninterrupted fuel supply for all emergency operation. Next is allocate government funding and emergency supplies. Additionally, we have allocated special government funding and emergency supplies. Not only that, we also allocate including food, water, medical kits and temporary shelter material to meet the immediate needs of affected communities. We will coordinating with transportation specialists to deliver to the affected communities. Our teams on the ground are working around the clock, and I want to personally thank every individual involved in this effort.
Thank you, Miss Diana. And so next, Miss Eileen. How did geography and infrastructure challenges like mountainous or damaged road affect rescue effort?
Thank you to Miss Shu for the question. Which is the challenges is that we faced is firstly geographic challenge, which is geography was our biggest enemy. We live in a remote village with only one narrow road which was destroyed due to the earthquake. No vehicles could pass by or the path, and helicopters flew by but they didn't give help or stop for help us. Landslide blocked the path and we have to carry the injured one on the back for hours to reach help. Even before the quake, our village is lack of infrastructure and we don't have a proper infrastructure. After the disaster, we completely lost everything. Even the minimum infrastructure totally cut off, and it took days before help arrived.
Thank you, Miss Eileen. So next, Mr. Hafiz. Were there any notable delays or inefficiency in deploying aids to rural and remote areas? Why or why not?
Thank you, Shu, for our question. Yes, there were delays in reaching rural areas. It was concentrated in Kathmandu at first, where media coverage was higher. Logistics was a major issue, roads were destroyed, and there was no clear list of villages in need. Some government coordination was slow and buoyancy held by achievements in some areas. It did not arrive for over a week. We learned that having pre-established local network is essential for quick delivery. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz. So thank you to our guests and audience for being part of this meaningful podcast. Let's keep working together to support stronger, faster and more effective rescue operation in Nepal. Thank you everyone. Bye.